What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again. Back-to-back videos for the first time in a very long time. I felt it like I owed it to the viewers. And, so this video is supposed to go out probably around Sunday or Monday, but you know what? I felt like doing it now. I had time to do it now, so why not do it now? We have the Central Division predictions. After this, I'll be working on my preseason power rankings, and we'll probably get back into some of the other stuff that we do prior to the season. If I could figure out something to do, maybe get back into some of the interesting teams like the Ducks video I made or the Senators. And we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll do some finalists or champions. I don't know. Whatever I have time for, as I'm full back at school now. So, starting with the Central Division, honestly, it's hard to pick who would finish 8th between two teams. Chicago and Arizona are going to be the two worst teams in the league this year, and that is no secret. If there's something worse than them, then congratulations, you've impressed me. But Arizona did get a few players. I'm not going to say. I'm just going to say players to add it to their lineup. However, I don't know. Arizona. I'm just going to put Arizona because there are players on their team I cannot name and have no clue who they are. So I'll put Arizona at 8 and Chicago at 7. These two could interchange, honestly. I honestly hope Chicago finishes last because, If it was last year, I'd be like, come on, Arizona, finish. This is why I wanted Arizona to take Shane Wright. Because now that Chicago's bad, and going into a rebuild, and I kind of want Chicago to get Bedard, because if they get Bedard, everything changes. So that's kind of the goal for these two teams, get Bedard, and unfortunately they are in the same division, so it's going to be pretty hard to do for both of these teams who are going to be duking it out to be the worst. And moving in at number 6, same as last year, the Winnipeg Jets. This team only got worse. They really didn't get any better. Dubois back, great. Scheifele, this team's got a chemistry problem. We'll see if what's his name, Rick Bowness can change this team's fortunes around. Looking at their lineup, they really have a top 6, and that's about it. The Cole Perfetti should be a good piece coming in. Their defense is existing. Hellebuck didn't have a great year last year, pretty much from carrying this team, and it still wasn't enough. Comrie, their backup, is now gone, so and he had a pretty good season. So we'll see how this goes for Winnipeg. But yeah, that's those two. That's those three teams set it up. Those are the three teams that say, okay, these teams are not making the playoffs. Moving in at number 5. I have a few choices to make. I'm tempted to go with number 1 first because that seems like the easy one to do. But number 5, it's between two teams. And this is hard. The Central Division has some. Minnesota lost Fiala, and they lost some of the cap space. Dallas, Ben and Sagan need to have bounce-back seasons, and they still haven't signed Robertson, and Ottinger is still going. They have Hintz, but who knows if they can repeat that performance. Minnesota has Fleury in net as well. Fleury and Ottinger, after last year, I'd probably take Ottinger, but Fleury was in Chicago last year, and Chicago did not play well. So, still has Kaprizov. I'm going to have to go number 5. I don't know. This is a tough one. Should I come back to this? Should I just go? Should I just skip 4 and 5 for now? To be fair, they really don't matter, as I did pick 5 teams from the Pacific Division to make the playoffs. So, I guess what I'm going to have to do, Dallas at number 5, Minnesota at number 4. Neither of them are in the playoffs, according to me. And although Dallas, if Ben and Sagan could turn it on, they easily could be a top 3 team in the division and knock out either St. Louis or Nashville. Or if Colorado takes their losses poorly, then Dallas could easily get into a playoff spot. Minnesota, on the other hand, they lose Fiala. They traded off Talbot because he wanted to be the starter, and Fleury, they'd already signed to it now a 2-year deal. So Fleury's going to be the starter in Minnesota. There's not really much to that. Kaprizov is still in Minnesota, back in the U.S. That's good, because if he was stuck in Russia, that would be a little bit of an issue. But, Dallas, Minnesota, both I have out of the playoffs this year. However, I feel like the they'll be definitely involved in the wild card race. I don't think they'll be too far out of the playoff spot. I think the West is going to get closer and closer now. And I think the East is going to start also getting... I just think overall the NHL is going to start getting closer. The points totals are not going to be like Florida's 122 and Montreal had... Did Montreal even have... They had like 55 last year, 56. Arizona had 57, I think, or 59. I don't remember. Anyway. Sorry about that, guys. Had a phone call to take. But you have Dallas and Minnesota, 5th and 4th in division, out of the playoffs. So let's get into the top 3. At number 3, similar to last year, the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis lost Perron. They lost Husso. Husso didn't show up in the playoffs, but Bennington showed up. So we'll see if Bennington can replicate that right into the regular season. Perron being gone, he was one of the top scorers. I think he was their second biggest scorer, so that's going to be a loss for them. It's going to be for Kyrou to step up. Braden Shen, Ryan O'Reilly, those guys are going to have to step up as they're starting to be an older team. So we'll see how that goes. They got some young defensemen coming in, so maybe that can replenish their defense. But we'll see how that goes for St. Louis. Now at number 2, we have Nashville. I've seen a lot of people throw Nashville out and say, yeah, no, they're not doing anything. Nashville, I think, has probably made the best acquisitions of this division so far. They went out and got Nino Niederreiter. They re-signed Philip Forsberg forever. They still have UC Saros in net. They brought in Kevin Lankinen to be the backup. They got rid of David Riddick. That's who Winnipeg's backup is, so that makes it even better. They still have, if they can get bounce-back seasons from Duchesne and Johansson again, if Duchesne can put 40 goals again and Johansson could do what he did last year, those contracts look a lot better. And I wouldn't be surprised if Forsberg had a 100-point season in his future with the way he's going. They still have Yossi on the back end, Ekholm, among others as well. So we'll see how Nashville goes this year. I think Nashville's going to be a pretty competitive team in the division. And although I don't think they're really would be favorites for a playoff team, I think that in the regular season they should be able to get some pretty high in the Central Division. Now at number 1, I think them and Nashville are going to be duking it out. Colorado's not going to be as much of a steamroll as they were last year, but still, Nathan McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, Gabriel Landeskog, that first line says it enough. They lose Nazem Kadri and Andrei Burakovsky, but they re-signed Nichushkin, so that second line is pretty much 2/3 gone. It's going to be up for Alex Newhook, one of their young players, to step in. They also lose Darcy Kemper to free agency, so they bring in Alex Georgiev. So him and Francouz, I assume, will be 50-50ing the net. Georgiev had a down year last year, and Francouz played excellent in the playoffs, so we'll see how that goes for them. But yeah, that's the Central Division, really. So to put down my rankings, you have a division winner right here. You have Nashville, you have St. Louis. Those are my 3 playoff teams. And, yeah, so I was thinking, so now that we've got all these divisions done, I'm going to start putting these together in a power ranking. I might do a goaltending power ranking as well. I saw the hockey guy, look at everyone's goaltending. I might do that in a power ranking set of format. So we'll see how that goes. And, yeah, so that's really all going to be for, it's going to be all for this one. Jeez, I can't speak this early in the morning. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me down below if you agree or disagree. Tell me your predictions as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look out for more videos coming soon, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.